You are watching the 6th Annual International Temple Mount Awareness Day, and we have some very beautiful questions from Brad concerning the incense of the Holy Temple. Brad asked this, Rabbi: what are the ingredients in the incense mentioned in Exodus 30? How has this recipe changed? For example, other ingredients seem to have been used. Josephus says it was made of 13 sweet-smelling spices. That's from the Jewish war that he's quoting. According to Maimonides, some of these extra items included amber, cassia, cinnamon, myrrh, saffron, and spikenard. How do you come to a conclusion as to the ingredients to be used?
That's an excellent question, Rod, and actually this is one of a very compelling and beautiful example of the inexorable bond between the written Torah and what is referred to commonly as the oral tradition, but actually is a reference to that entire body of Torah wisdom that was given over at Sinai simultaneously to Moshe. That whole transmission of Torah knowledge, it's all one Torah. So it's true that in the verse in Exodus there are 5 ingredients that are mentioned. However, actually the sages clarify that there were, and this is I think your reference to Maimonides, not 13 but 11 ingredients of the Ketoret. And it's this concept of the wisdom of Hashem, of how certain things are mentioned in the written Torah, certain things are amplified or clarified in the tradition of the oral Torah. It all has the same weight and authority for the Jewish people because it was all given from the mouth of God, as it were, simultaneously at Sinai. So the discrepancy between the ingredients that are actually listed in the verse in Exodus and those that have come down to us in the oral tradition is a result of the or actually a manifestation of this beautiful connection between the verses of the Torah and, as it were, in between the lines, the other side of the verses that was given over at the same time by God to Moshe with the instructions of handing this down and teaching in every generation from teacher to student. And by the way, this is one of the factors that has kept the Torah alive in all of these generations. So a portion of those ingredients indeed are part of the oral tradition. I might just point out also at this point that as far as the recipe is concerned, nothing has changed. There's a very, very exact kind of description that Maimonides records and other sources as well as to how this incense is to be made. It's one particular ingredient which is unknown to the uninitiated, or rather it is known, its name is known, its qualities are known, but the species of plant is unknown to the uninitiated. This brings us to a very fascinating tradition, also part of the oral Torah, that the incense was manufactured by one particular family of the priesthood. And there was a chamber in the Holy Temple, we know where it stood exactly, where the incense was made, and this family name of Aftinas, Beit Aftinas, was responsible for the production of the incense, and they never gave that secret away to anyone, but rather this exact method of how the incense for the Holy Temple service, which by the way is described by the Zohar as the most beloved part of the temple service in the eyes of God because it represents this elusive unity. That is a secret, how to make it, that's handed down orally in every generation in this particular family of the priesthood. And you are watching the 6th Annual International Temple Mount Awareness Day from Jerusalem.